WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Martin. A standoff in Tishomingo County ends peacefully. Belmont Police and Tishomingo County deputies were called to Payton on Sunday after a deputy was checking on a motorist that looked to be broken down on the side of the road. Sheriff John Daughtery says that driver pulled a rifle from his vehicle, prompting an hours-long standoff. It was later learned that that driver is a veteran who suffers from PTSD. The driver was released to his family. The Tishomingo County Sheriff's Office is still investigating. Oxford police say a Monroe County man went into a convenience store, and when he came out, his car was gone. Well, they're asking for your help to find it. It happened just before 7 o'clock this morning at the Circle K at Thacker Road. Investigators say the black 2017 Toyota Corolla was westbound on Highway 6. Officers attempted to pull that call over near Lafayette County line, but it took off at a high rate of speed. They followed it into Panola County, but called off the pursuit. Well, if you've seen that car, you're asked to call the Oxford Police Department. Well, they're the people you call when you have an emergency, but the Lowndes County E911 service is finding it hard to get the right people for the job. 2 months ago, supervisors dissolved the E911 board and placed EMA Director Cindy Lawrence in charge. Lawrence has reached out to response agencies, including the Columbus Police Department, asking for their help. Our Quentin Smith speaks with Lawrence about the need to find more workers.
I met with the response agencies on last week and talked to them about some assistance they can provide for us with 911 in the event we have an emergency situation. We need them there.
Emergency Services Director Cindy Lawrence is working hard to restructure the Lowndes County E911 call center. County leaders are happy with all of the current operations.
We have qualified people working for Lowndes County E911. And those people are responsible for the response calls for the entire county. I feel confident that those people are qualified people, that the department is operating and doing a great job.
However, in order to restructure the department and become fully staffed, Lawrence says it means needing to hire more workers.
I'd like to have at least 4 dispatchers per shift. Right now we have 4 shifts. 2 shifts a day, 2 shifts at night, and as a part of restructuring, I am wanting to hire new dispatchers.
But finding reliable and qualified employees hasn't always been easy.
Right now it's been hard because getting people to multitask and, typing in and listening to the call is difficult for some people, and I don't know if they're not understanding when they actually take the test. We do give them a test. Split ear test where you can hear and write down what you hear, and I think that's some people don't understand the multitasking.
Despite the struggle, Lawrence remains confident that she'll find the dedicated and dependable workers she needs. In fact, she expects the department to be fully staffed by September.
I'm trying to find people who are dependable, 21 years of age, high school diploma, and to multitask. You have to multitask, know how to listen to a call, understand what they're saying, and typing in the information and dispatching. Okay. All within minutes.
The E911 call center is hiring. Anyone that is interested in applying can go by the office that's next to the courthouse between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. to pick up an application. Well, 3 candidates have qualified for the November 7th special election for Oktibbeha County Circuit Clerk. Interim Circuit Clerk Angie McGinnis tells us that Tony Rook, Teresa Davis, and Cheryl Elmore have submitted their qualifying paperwork. Well, Rook is the municipal court clerk in Starkville. Davis works at Mississippi State. Elmore is the Oktibbeha County deputy elections clerk. Well, more candidates are expected to qualify. Former circuit clerk Glenn Hamilton resigned earlier this month after pleading guilty to a felony drug charge. Well, a recently formed political action committee is working to drum up support for the state's public schools. Members of the Mississippi Education PAC have been traveling the state, reaching out to lawmakers and trying to keep schools on the front burner. One of the group's aims is to also find people willing to invest in public education. Mississippi schools rank near the bottom nationally. Members say one of those key issues is funding.
We are 47th in the nation in per pupil spending. We just don't believe that's not a commitment that we're proud of. And we want to see that change, and we want folks in the legislature that want to stand up for what we believe to be our greatest resource, which is our children.
The PAC is looking to back a pro-public education candidate in the race to replace Representative Tyrone Ellis. Well, time now for a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, some rain earlier this evening.
Yeah, Scott, we've had some pretty good showers and storms. Let's go to Vernon, Alabama with our time-lapse camera right there at Durham's Pharmacy. You can see the thunderstorm that moved on through, a little lightning flashing right there. Some vivid lightning in some of this, but some pretty good downpours in parts of the area this evening. Look at this in Caledonia. Pretty good collection of water there. Some nice breezes, very refreshing. And all of what we had is basically done just like clockwork. It all goes away, but you know what? I think we may do it again tomorrow. Low 90s, a few pop-up storms possible. Full forecast coming up.
Teenagers from across northeast Mississippi spent a week of their vacation learning how to become better leaders in their church youth groups. Super Summer drew over 1,000 students and adults to Mississippi College. Our Allie Martin was one of those adults. He has the report.
For Baden Honeycutt, skipping Super Summer was not an option, even with a wife at home expecting their third child. Honeycutt is a soccer coach and teacher at Moorville High School and has been part of the Christian Youth Leadership Conference for 8 years. He says it helps him as a youth worker and as an educator.
It also helps us as teachers to realize who has leadership, who is going to be the one that's going to stand out and step up for you.
Super Summer began 30 years ago in Mississippi with 100 or so students. This year, more than 1,000 ninth graders through seniors who have just graduated met for the week-long conference at Mississippi College in Clinton. Sue McAllister has been involved since the beginning and says Super Summer is unique for many reasons.
They realize that they can become leaders, and that means they become servants, so they begin to serve and love one another, just following hard after Christ.
Students are divided into color-coded schools according to their grade and how many years they've attended. Their schools meet individually, tackling age-appropriate topics. Each evening, everyone comes together for worship and Bible study. Purple Schoolers get to go off campus. Now, they've been coming to Super Summer all 4 years. They're going to We Will Go Ministries and helping out in downtown Jackson. It's an opportunity to put what they've learned the past 4 years into practice. David Lancaster and his wife Amy started the inner city ministry as a way to reach the hurting and hopeless. Purple Schoolers worked on missionaries' houses and also in the community garden.
We hear a lot of people talk about being radical with our Christianity, but I really want people to see that this should be our normal. And so I want people to say, you know, I could go back and do this where I live. I could go back and meet my neighbors. I could go back and reach out to people around me with just who I normally am.
Students and staffers say they're shown practical ways to live out their faith wherever they go and whatever circumstances they face.
I think the best thing about Super Summer is just getting to be with other believers who have the same mentality as you and who are striving to do the same things in life, like share the gospel.
Soon work will start on next year's Super Summer. In Clinton, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Super Summer is sponsored by the Mississippi Baptist Convention Board.
Look at this neat time lapse from Tupelo this evening. The outflow boundary coming on in from Alabama, giving rise to some of those showers and storms. Temperatures have cooled down in most spots, but Tupelo, you were still at 80 in many other spots. 70s where we have seen the rain. Your full forecast is next.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Hard to believe just a few hours ago, maybe just about an hour and a half ago, we had some very heavy rain and storms across our region. Right now, with our live Doppler radar, all of the rain basically done, just a few lighter showers and some ground clutter showing up yet again. But I want to go back to about 6:25. We had, or 5, what time is this? 5:30 in Starkville, nothing going on. And then one of these pop-up storms, look at this thing, it popped up there, 6:25 or so. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for the Starkville area, and then within about 15 minutes it just collapsed. And that's the nature of the beast with these summertime storms. And here's another thing too. There's a Starkville storm, there's a little outflow boundary there, and there's another one right there snaking through West Alabama. Those converged, and bam, we got all of that thunderstorm activity right over Lowndes County, Columbus, and even into southern Monroe County. And then all of that has since gone by the wayside. So you can see some of this heavy rain in the Caledonia area. Wow, it was just coming down in sheets there. And in Aberdeen, too, very ominous looking clouds on the leading edge of some of that activity, and that was the view there in Lamar County as well. So some spooky clouds. This is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from downtown Columbus. You can see some of that heavier rain that was moving through just a few hours ago, and wow, it was really coming on down. But some of you didn't see anything at all today, and the nature of the beach right now is also this feast or famine type regime. You can see some spots getting well over 2 inches here, some spots getting absolutely nothing, and we will likely have some spotty activity around here tomorrow, 30% chance of rain, then down a little bit Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll peak up again Friday and Saturday with an incoming cold front. So we have a chance for some pop-up showers and storms tomorrow. Not everyone will see it. Lesser chances for Wednesday and Thursday. Just plain hot here out ahead of that next front right there. That front will come in Friday and linger through the area Saturday, so that will give us some more rain chances. But right now we are in the 70s in most spots here. Tomorrow we start out in the 70s, probably fairly cloudy, areas of fog with all this lingering moisture. 88 by noon, 91 our forecast high. And there could be some scattered showers and storms. It's going to be completely random as to who sees what, but there is a chance for some rain tomorrow. 93 Wednesday, 95 on Thursday, and then behind that front, Scott, we're looking at highs in the 80s starting this weekend.
All right, thanks, Keith. Well, we know the Mississippi heat and humidity are tough on our four-legged friends, but the staff at Tubelo's Buffalo Park have a little bit bigger challenge. Some of their residents aren't exactly native to the area. Well, the team of experts takes care of more than 100 animals this time of year. Extra measures are taken to help keep the exotic animals cool, including misters and cages and fans and large buckets of ice.
The tigers we watch a lot, and they have the misters mainly on them. The turtles have misters over there too. It just really depends. I mean, most animals are, they're wild, so outside they're used to heat, but you just have to make sure, even your regular farm animals, you want to check on them constantly too and make sure they've got plenty of water. Put ice water in there with it to make it cooler for them.
And in case you haven't noticed yet, the Buffalo Park has also added some new residents. Well, the newest head rebel gets his first chance at the mic. Tom has more on Matt Luke's plans for the season a little bit later in sports.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Whether you're cooking out or packing for a picnic, you always want to make sure your food is prepped the right way. And we find out how you can eat safely this summer in tonight's Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Libby Walker, a Morrison Director of Food and Nutrition Services at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Tonight, I'd like to talk to you about food safety. Due to a variety of factors, including warmer temperatures, foodborne illness increases in summer, but there are ways you and your family can stay healthy if you follow some specific food safety recommendations. When bringing food to a picnic or cookout, use an insulated cooler filled with ice or frozen gel packs. Frozen food can also be used as a cold source. Foods that need to be kept cold include raw meat, poultry, and seafood, deli and luncheon meats or sandwiches, summer salads such as tuna, egg, pasta, or seafood, cut up fruit and vegetables, and perishable dairy products. A full cooler will maintain its cold temperature longer than a partially filled one. If you are using a cooler, keep it out of the direct sun by placing it in the shade or shelter. Avoid opening the cooler repeatedly so that your food stays cold longer. When cooking on the grill, use separate cutting boards and utensils for raw meat and ready-to-eat items like vegetables or bread. Keep perishable food cold until it is ready to cook. Use a food thermometer to make sure meat and poultry are thoroughly cooked to their safe minimum internal temperatures. Always use a fresh, clean plate and tongs for serving cooked food. Never reuse items that touch raw meat or poultry to serve the cooked food. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss handling food safely while traveling.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
A new era begins at Ole Miss as Mississippi native Matt Luke takes over. Hear from the new man in charge of the Rebels next in sports.
Here's WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
Matt Luke officially takes center stage as interim head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, but he's keeping the attention on his players. The Ole Miss program has stated that it would support players that wanted to transfer, but the new head coach says they've all been locked in since day one.
They sacrifice so much. They get up in the mornings, they do their running, they go to class, they go to the weight room, they do their position running, they go to study hall, and they do it over and over again. It was evident to me at the team meeting on Thursday that these guys, they just want to play football. They just want to go out and play the game that they love. They want to go out and represent Ole Miss and win football games.
He'll be a great head coach, man. He's very passionate. He's always going to give his whole. He loses his voice at almost every practice for us, so I know he'll give it all for the team. And I'm excited about him being the Ole Miss Rebel head coach, and I think it's going to go great direction.
He is passionate. That's the best way I can explain Coach Luke. Very passionate. He wants his O-line to be the best O-line in the nation. He wants his offense to be the offense in the nation. He wants the best. He's passionate. He's a rebel. I love Coach because he gets after it. He doesn't mind the grind. He doesn't mind getting your hands dirty. That's just how Coach Luke has always been.
To the high school football tour, Academy Week continues with one of the most explosive offenses in the MAIS. The Heritage Academy Patriots are the next stop in our 60 Schools in 60 Days marathon.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and Emerson Animal Hospital, where your pets are family in West Point.
Heritage Academy was an offensive juggernaut a season ago, averaging nearly 38 points per game and reaching the 10-win plateau for the first time in recent memory. With those kinds of stats, last season proves the Patriots are ready to hit the ground running in 2017.
Last year had a great group, got as close as we could to getting into that state championship game. I think I'm excited this year because we have a group that knows how close we got and want to take that next step. We've had a great summer, great attendance, so I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys' hard work come to fruition.
Obviously, we've been working really hard. Coach pretty much completely changed the view of football at the school. We really bought in last year, and we're hoping to expand on that this year.
Everybody bought into the process. Everybody competing, trying to get better every day in the weight room, practice, every time, every day.
Head coach Sean Harrison hopes to build on a tremendous first season at Heritage Academy, much like his predecessor, Barrett Donahoe, who had success in his first year with the Patriots. Coach Harrison hopes, despite losing 15 seniors, that the camaraderie and chemistry of this year's team will take the program to new heights.
We all love each other. It's a big brotherhood in the locker room. We've all played, most of us have played with each other for at least the past 2 years, so we all know each other really good. I just see it as a big family.
I like the chemistry. All of us coming together. We really bought in as a family, and we've been working hard all summer, and hopefully we have results. the state championship.
There's no doubting Heritage can be the real deal once again this upcoming season, especially with a superstar like Dante Gray. He ran circles around opposing defenses last year. He's a member of a top-notch group of skill guys that gives the Patriots bona fide aspirations for a state title.
So what do you want to go out as a senior then this year, last year?
State champion. State champion.
Realistically, this year, the way we match up, if we can get through our district, I think the playoffs will be much easier. I think, we're in the toughest district in the state. And you add Canton to it, defending 2A state champion. If we can come out of district and get in the playoffs, I think anybody out of our district has a shot to win it.
Heritage will start the season on the road at Kirk Academy before 3 straight home games against Manchester, Wayne, and Lamar. With the Patriots on the high school football tour, Robbie Donahoe, WCBI Sports.
Coming up tomorrow on the high school football tour, Winston Academy. We preview Winston Academy coming up tomorrow. Last look at your forecast coming up next.
We had a pretty good light show in the Lamar County, Lowndes County area here this evening, and there's a vivid strike right there. Just got that in from Facebook from Liz, so thanks a lot for that. All that has gone away, and now we're going to have a quiet night. Watch out for some patchy fog, some low clouds tomorrow morning. We'll bubble up some additional showers and storms during the course of the day. And there you have it, warm Wednesday and Thursday. Alex will be in here at 4:30.
But look at those lows. That's nice.
A little bit better.
All right. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.